You know, one thing I always hated on this was these beams right here, or boards, or whatever you want to call them. I used them to put lights, obviously the lights in, and then it saved me from having to pull the roof down to actually get them all, you know, recessed and stuff like those are supposed to be. So my thought was to put them on a runner like this, but they won't stay up. I can't get the boards to secure to the actual roof. You know, like that screw right there just slips out of the aluminum. Obviously where the beams are, it's no big deal. So I took them all down and split all these center sections. I'm actually using the factory connector here for these lights. I'll talk more about it here in a second when I show an update of how the light should have been done in the first place. This is just kind of the mess I've been in today. Gotta shut this radio off. Copyright infringement. You know how that goes. Anyways, in the last little first part of this video, I was showing how I did the overhead lights initially with the runners. I hated that. Let me turn this around and show you how I've acted now. Look at that straight line. That's beautiful. I actually did that by making a template of where I wanted to drill. Anyways, I should have done this from the get-go, but didn't want to. I've got this done today, which was the big thing, and kind of finished up some piddly little stuff. These cross beams were rusted. I'm assuming from a roof leak would be my guess. So what I did is I actually got some thin aluminum, marked out the spacing, and kind of did it to OEM spacing. Not that it matters because it drilled all new holes. I got a couple more I gotta get up over here once I get the saw and stuff. I tell you, all in all though, got it all cleaned up. The bunks are in. At least two of them are. Let's get a wider picture here. Yeah. Now this blue line is marking the second set of bunks that are running front to back. There will actually be a wall up kind of like that separates those two bunks from these two bunks. That way you're not head to head or foot to head or whatever. That's kind of what I'm going. Nice thing was, by getting these two done, it gives me a place to put all the tools, get everything up out of the floor. I need to go through this. Some of this stuff I don't need anymore, or at least not anytime soon. You know, as projects change, your tool list change. It seems kind of dark back here. I've only got two of these little puck lights installed, but most of this will just be beds. Every bunk will have their own light. This is just kind of something just to basically light up this little area, you know, if you want to change or do something like that. Not even too for sure I'm going to put a door up there. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or how I'm going to do that. I tell you, one of the biggest things I'm thinking about now is closing up these windows. You know, these are not RV windows, so I mean, they're cold. It's crazy how much temperature, you know, differences they are than the walls. So what I may do is seal up these two. Leave this one, and that one. And then seal up that first one. This is where the kitchen cabinets are going, the little kitchenette. And then over here we're going to have a couch. So I may also end up sealing up these two, and just leaving the one over the dinette. I mean, it's kind of chilly sitting here right beside it. I will say that this furnace is not enough to keep this bus warm by itself, which I knew that. That's why I plan on doing diesel heaters. But when it gets down to like 30 degrees, you know, with me hustling in here working, I'm not freezing to death, but I'm still a little chilly. But if it gets up above 50, that thing does great, works perfect. So I'm obviously going to keep that. I do want to have a second source of heat, you know, other than the diesel heaters. Don't know if I've actually showed this since it was pretty much done, how I've got the ductwork. Just one coming out here and the one going out to the left. I've actually got a ceramic blanket. I'm probably going to wrap that in. You're supposed to leave the vent holes and stuff open on that so it can breathe. But if you notice, I've got it sitting like 6 inches away from the wall. So that whole end is open. But that thing is kind of warm to the touch. I don't think it would ever catch fire or anything, but it is warm. Do a ceramic blanket on it. Keep the heat inside of that. Try to make that thing a little bit more efficient, because it is not efficient. The hot air coming out the exhaust of that's insane. The final way of how I'm doing the batteries, obviously I've got the little IntelliPower charger with Charge Wizard. I don't know if I'll ever use that. I guess if I link this into my house or my chassis batteries, if they're dead, maybe I could do a quick charge on them. But I don't foresee running anything down. The 110 volt box will be right here. It'll be accessible from this door if I need to flip the breakers. Obviously 12 volt down there on the floor. A little bit hard to get to, but typically shouldn't have to mess with it as long as, you know, there's no problems. I tell you, it's nice having this front cap up here. I think that trim piece looks okay. I want to kind of get some of this stuff buttoned up and get the tools and such cleaned out of here, because I need to do this part over here and figure out how I'm going to do the wall. But that's kind of dependent on if I'm closing up this window or that window. Like I say, I haven't gotten that far. I think I'm probably going to, just for the temperature aspect of it. The same way for this one. I can't get this one done. One, until I get the porch light installed outside, and two, until I figure out if I'm going to keep this window, which I'm thinking I'm going to close up, because right here is going to be the kitchen. Be nice to have a couple little cabinets maybe up here. We're not going full time, so I don't need a ton of storage. Just something to kind of think about, you know. It's time to get some of these windows closed up. I'm getting excited. Had some people that looked at this ask if I was going to hang a TV there. Probably not. I actually built that wall with framing on the back side to hold the mini split up there across the top. I don't know if I'm going to put a TV on there or not. Just kind of depends on when I go to get the mini split. I'd like to have it probably by summer, because it's going to get hot in here. So, like I said, that's kind of where I am. I'm excited. It's coming along. You know, you can visualize floor plans and stuff now. You know, major construction is pretty much done. You know, the bunk's no big deal to throw that up. The bathroom's going to be the next biggest thing. I'm still not for sure how I'm going to do that. I'm still thinking sink, or shower, sink, toilet. And that's probably what I'm going to go with, just what allows access underneath of it. Time will tell on that one. But like I say, just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update of this week's work on it. You guys be safe out there and have a great night.